Hi guys, I thought I would um, go for a little walk. I'm pretty upset. Our Pope Francis just passed away. It's pretty sad. I'm on Madison Avenue here. St. Rose, the college is just down that way. You can see a little bit here. The sign is still up. This is South Main, where I just rented this horrible apartment. Yeah, so I've been posting some things in my community page about the neighborhood here. I guess a lot of people are very sad. It's a sad day. This was an old CVS that I used to come to. And up this way, I'll wait till this person passes, is the theater, the movie theater I used to come to when I was a college freshman. What was so nice about it too was the fact that you could, you could come here as a single person. You didn't really need an escort or have a boyfriend, which was really nice back in the day. There were single professionals and artists, and you felt safe, and you felt like you could come here by yourself and you weren't ridiculed for being a woman that didn't have a boyfriend or children. So I would often, I would come, a number of times, and, felt included and felt, like, wow, that you could come and enjoy the theater and sit by yourself. And this, we're going to pass through here. I guess it's closing. I'm not sure when. But yeah, this is the theater, and it's sad. I don't know if they still win exactly. Madison Theater. I'm sorry. Did I say Madison? Do you know when it's closing?
When it's closing?
Yeah, they say it's closing. I don't know.
I didn't hear nothing about that.
Yeah. Okay. Have a good day. I think they said in February, but I don't know. Maybe they'll try to stay open. But a lot of businesses have concerns, now that St. Rose is going. Things aren't, holding together like they were. So it's kind of sad. Often I would, I didn't have a lot of friends, but I felt welcomed in the community. As a college student, I would often go to restaurants by myself, and it was acceptable. It was okay. You fit in. There were artists, there were business professionals. I'm coming up on the Price Chopper here. And of course, shout out to the buses. I love that we have the bus system here. I can't tell you how it's just absolutely excellent. You can pull up wherever you need to go. It's so, wonderful. They did such an excellent job with the bus system. We have nice park benches here in loving memory of Homer and Mary Lou. But it's a very sad day for me personally. They actually call this Pope Francis progressive. What moved me about this Pope was, and I wasn't exactly a person that I attended the Catholic Church for 20 years when I got married. I mentioned I grew up knowing Jehovah's Witnesses, and I turned away from, I saw a lot of abuse within the community. So when I got married, my ex-husband was Roman Catholic. I loved my church, and at one point I had thought of converting, and I probably would have had I stayed in a stable environment that I was in. But after I was thrown on the street, things became very difficult. And learning that, learning more about Pope Francis, I was very moved because he was one of the first popes that actually come out and talked about how domestic violence was demonic. And that really caught my attention. Plus they call him progressive, but why is it progressive to exhibit some of the loving qualities and the outlook and the things that he did with his life and his legacy, which more people can talk more eloquently than I can. And this is what happens in our communities now. They're just falling apart as far as I'm concerned. It's very sad to see the Pine Hills falling apart. To know the way that I'm living in the apartment that I'm trying to survive in. I still don't have another place to live. They caused trouble with they scammed the U-Haul, that I rented. So I don't know how I'm going to move my things. The storage unit was a whole scam, and people are trying to get on my page and refute all that. I paid my storage unit on time, way before the deadline, and the man laughed in my face and said, oh, they wanted to take that stuff a long time ago. You know why? Because I spent 20 years of my marriage writing about the things that happened to me and how difficult it is, and we didn't have a name for it. We didn't have a name for economic abuse. We didn't have a name for gaslighting. We didn't have a name for these men that pretend to be husbands and father figures and boyfriends and yada, 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 and the nice neighborhoods that you grew up believing that if you only became more like those people and you did the right thing and you worked and you stayed out of trouble, that things would be okay, that you could have your home. And we certainly had plenty of properties to do that. But then you walk into a courtroom and you're the subject of such horrific, degrading, humiliating behavior. So I'll leave that there and just say that I'm really sad today that Pope Francis has passed away, and I'm looking at videos today that others can describe his legacy in, more eloquent terms than I can. But this Pope really moved me, and I'm really sorry that I can't go to church today and go to my church at home because of what individuals in my community continue to do while our neighborhoods continue to fall apart. And the heinous things that are starting to accumulate in our communities that people aren't talking about. And this is why I started this channel. God bless, guys. Be safe today and take care.